Hey there, crafty friends. Hello, hello. It is Lisa with Hand Stamped with Lisa Pretto. I hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. We hosted yesterday, so that means cleanup is in full force, and it's time to get the holiday things up. I'm just going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day to get the tree up and do all of those things, but I wanted to share a really darling project with you. I think I have told you the ongoing saga of getting all the Christmas things ordered, and I am now at the point of gift cards, right? Because everybody wants a gift card to one of their favorite places. They can do their shopping that they want, or a massage, or treat themselves, all of that. So I'm at that point, but I like to package them in something that looks a little bit more festive, a little bit more fun. And I'm gonna guess you're the same way too. I'm gonna guess that you have lots of gift cards that you give up, particularly to people who we're not not family, not close friends, where you're not quite sure what to get. So it's like that really great restaurant or a store in town or something like that, just to make it really easy. You want them to know that they are loved and appreciated, but what in the world are you ever going to get them? I have Frank the dog making a little fuss here. Hello, Frank. So I want to share with you this really, really easy, super simple, I don't know what his problem is, super simple project where you can create dozens of gift card holders in the blink of an eye. So let me turn my camera around here. I'm actually going to show you what they look like, and then I will go ahead and run you through how to actually make them. You open it up, and then there's this little flap here. And so you can just stick your gift card right in there. Look at how cute that is. And then I made one here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one with you, but it is so simple, you guys. So one of the things that I like is it starts with a half a sheet of cardstock. So this is going to be 4 1/4 by 11. So it's just a sheet of cardstock cut down the middle. And the scoring on this is very, very simple. Again, nothing tricky on this, but let me see if I can get you in there. So it is going to be 1 1/4 inches. So we're going to score at 1 1/4. And then we're going to go ahead and score at 5 1/2. And that is it, you guys. That is the whole tricky part of this project. I mean, so simple. At this point, it really is just making it look as pretty as you want. So we're going to go ahead and burnish those score lines, and then this next one right there as well. So like I said, that is the trickiest part. If you get that down, everything else really, really easy. So you're just going to score at 1 1/4 and then 5 1/2. Now, in order to make that gift card holder portion, I'm just going to come in with a little bit of tear tape. And so I'm just going to come right on the edges here and come in with a little bit of tape on that on either side. Now, obviously, you can do this any colors. Like, keep this as a little template, because it'll be really cute too for like Mother's Day, birthdays, baby showers, bridal showers, all those times when you want to give a little bit of a gift card as well. And so that's how we're going to make that little flap, and then our little gift card is going to stick right in there. And then we fold it and it looks just like this. Now I am using I gotta get it out, the Elegant Pine Snowflakes Designer Series paper. And the reason I'm going with this is that I am obsessed with this paper. I think it is just so beautiful. And I was like, how am I possibly going to use it all? Well, guess what? These gift cards are a really great way to use all of your prettiest papers. And I just think it's really, really cute. So we've got this. The next thing we need is a square of 4 by 4 of that Designer Series paper of your choosing. So again, I went with this Snow Pine, Snowflake, Elegant, who knows, you know, all the names. But really simple. I'm just going to put this right on the front here. And you can make this front part as embellished as you want. You could go really super fancy. I think it's just a holder for a gift card that they're going to get probably in their stocking, and then they're going to toss it. And then I'm going to go with the coordinating the same one over here. You could absolutely go with a different one if you want, but I just like the look of this paper so much that I want to show off my favorite patterns. And so this little guy is just 1 inch by 4 inches. And get him somewhat even there. All right, and you can just see it just sits right like that. So this is our gift card holder. Gift card's going to go right in here. Super simple. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to create a little stamped image to put on that front. And I did one, ooh, this guy here, look at that Happy Winter. I did that with Snowflake Kisses. That's a really beautiful set to use. So that is an option, definitely. I am using on this one the Ornamental Christmas. So it's got this Be Jolly, 'Tis the Season, Merry Christmas, and then this Wishing You Peace and Joy. So I thought this would be a really great one to put inside of and use as my sentiments. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the 'Tis the Season, and I'm doing that in Cherry Cobbler. And this is one of those, it's a little bit tricky if you're not used, but it's the red rubber. This isn't maybe one of the last red rubber they ever made. Who knows, right? But I'm just going to come in and I'm going to punch that out, and I'm using the 2-inch punch. And you see I'm just going to put it kind of at the bottom there. So that is my image there. So that is my little sentiment. And then I love, love, love this little pine bough. And it is from Christmas Greenery Dies. And so you can see how I did it on this one. Super cute. I took this and I took all the scraps of green cardstock that I had just laying on my table from making other things, and so I just die cut a whole bunch of them so that I could use them as I wanted. So I'm going to start with this really pretty green one here. Now we do have to be a little bit careful that this, if you want this to sit in a envelope, you're going to have to be a little bit careful with where you put your bow. So you want to make sure that it's not too far over to the left, or you'll have a really hard time sticking it in an envelope. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a little glue dot. That seems to work the best here. And just stick that right on there. And then I'm going to come in with another shade. And you can do the same color depending on what you have, or you can just change it up a little bit. Another little glue dot on another one. And I'm just going to layer it a little bit. You can see, so it just gives that really pretty little layered look. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my dimensionals, turn this fella over, and we're just going to put some dimensionals on here so that we can pop it on the front of our gift card holder. I mean, you guys, look at how easy and how fast this comes together. Like I said, you can go crazy making this really beautiful. It just kind of is up to you. But again, we're just going to come with it right there. So that way, if I wanted to put this in a regular envelope, this will fit in a regular envelope and my bows won't be sticking out. We need a little ribbon there, so I'm going to use the Real Red Shiny Ribbon. You guys, this ribbon is so good. It ties really, really beautifully. I'm just going to do, I did a knot on the other ones. Maybe I'll just do a little bow here, see what we think of that. So we'll make a little bow out of it. But this ribbon is so beautiful. It ties really, really easy. Now I'm using Cherry Cobbler cardstock and Real Red Ribbon. I don't think it matters that much. Oh, Lisa, you're having a heck of a time here, aren't you? Making this guy even. There we go. All right, so we've got a nice little bow here, and we'll go ahead and trim up the edges on that. But I like the combination of different reds. You may be really particular, so you may want to use Real Red if you're going to use Real Red Ribbon. I think the Real Red and the Cherry Cobbler just look really rich together, kind of the layering of the reds. So however you want to do it is going to be perfectly fine. But then we're just going to take this one. I'm going to put him up on a little dimensional as well, and we'll stick him onto our greenery so that our greenery looks like it's all together. So you can see, look at how cute that is. I'm going to add a couple of little colored sequins, and these are from the traditional sparkling sequins. These red and green, they're so, so pretty. And it's kind of nearing that time where if you have things of the holiday season and you haven't used them up, chop chop, because it is going to be here and gone before we know it. So no more hoarding onto things, right? And so I'm going to come in, this is my piece of Whisper White 4x4, and this is going to go on the inside of my card. And so I'm just going to take that Wishing You Peace and Joy sentiment, and I'm just going to ink that guy up. And let's see how we do here. Perfect. It turned out great. Love when there's fonts that coordinate. It just works so well for everything. And so I'm just going to tip this guy over. And put it right in here. So it gives me enough space to write a little greeting, sign my name. But again, that gift card just sits right in there. Let's see. Here we go. Right in there. Look at how cute that is. So super fun. So again, this is a project that is so simple to make, so easy. Once you get those cutting things down, it's a half a sheet of cardstock cut long ways and then scored at 1 1/4 and 5 1/2. And that is the whole thing. Get that little flap fastened down and you are good to go. And you are able to make as many of these as you possibly can. I'll show you again, just the cute little with that. Oh, look at that with the happy winter, so cute. And then 'tis the season. So really fun, really simple, really easy, but that is the kind of project we need at this point in time. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you are signed up for my newsletter because that is where I give all the tutorials. So I'll put that link in the comments below. Otherwise, reach out to me if you need that link. But that is where all the tutorials come and all of the specials. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is I'm going to be offering my first virtual class. So I would love to know, what kind of class would you like? Do you want something? Do you like things that are like all about one suite? Do you like things where you're going to have all of the fancy folds, if that's something that you like? Do you like themed things? Like, okay, I need birthday cards, or hello, almost Valentine's. I know we need to, I know, I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying. Us crafters, we got to work ahead. So what kind of class would you like the most to join in on virtually? I would love to know. So make sure you put that in the comments below. I hope that you guys have a great weekend, getting your tree up, getting presents wrapped. It's time. Thanksgiving, check mark, on to the holidays. So you guys make it a great one. Thanks for joining me.